This device is the same as the watch on the mobile phone at the desktop computer show, which is inspired by the glasses on the head. Have you noticed that there have been many evolving electronic products on the market in the past few years and are developing rapidly? They are not completely different. For example, previous updates I still use the multi-stage VR equipment to exercise regularly, but the weight of 400 to 500 grams is a bit unbearable. In the end, most of the glasses are too small to remember. If they are a bit like each other, they are cool and do not need equipment and positioning. The three types of head-mounted displays for watching movies are similar. For example, media should hire Huawei smart glasses. The lenses, which are most like ordinary glasses, cannot display pictures and have very limited functions. Only the temples can listen to music and make phone calls. They are a combination of rural glasses and Wall Street. There is one kind of AR glasses that I want to talk about today. Imagine that when you put on AR glasses, your work will become an interactive information department, ready to check maps, weather, social media updates, and even explore historical monuments with virtual tour guides. In life, her mobile phone has become our smart assistant. It only send and receive messages at any time to allow users to see the real environment and at the same time see the content in the shooting room. The displayed content must be made of three-dimensional colors to match the rich and colorful real world. The most important thing is to have the AI capability of true virtual and real fusion. This relies on the acquisition of algorithms in hardware and the establishment of an ecology in software. In the past, people's eyes had brightness, monochrome, and shapes that were not as common as ordinary glasses. Is it possible to solve the above problems? This is the acting that is closest to the plot of a science fiction movie that I have seen so far. Because I am really interested in EXO, so this made the two neighboring companies have a match. This time they will be impressed by their participation. It is for innovation. The CEO said on the stage that it was the right but not easy thing for us to choose. It immediately reminded me of the innovation in my previous video. It faces many challenges. All risks are borne by oneself. As many manufacturers as possible are waiting for others to pulse. Not only if everyone is like this, how come new technologies appear, so people need to open a door. This time Thunderbird is the pioneer. After a while, I found out that it is not as innovative as other XR ones, and the price is also quite sincere. So next let me share with you my true experience of using the adoption. It runs independently. So relatively speaking, some of the Selena cluster database glasses will definitely have marks after being worn all day long. It feels okay to carry the bullet for a few hours because the battery is still on the back to balance the weight and it will not appear top heavy. It is also softer. The Air is better than the Luo capsule, but it has a deeper appearance. How would you rate it? Currently, there is a similar style of acting hand game on the market. Friends who play the game should all know which Mountain Stone Thunderbird's nest looks closer to normal eyes because it is not that wide on both sides and has an S core. It is the consumer node that I know of that can really be used outdoors. Why do you say that? The optical solution it uses is an optical waveguide. Compared with the Thunderbird I introduced before, it uses Burberry, which has asynchronous and high-definition display effects. It's better and brighter, so if you want to use it for immersive official gaming, then I recommend the latest Thunderbird released by BB Plan. The visual effect of this Thunderbird eye is as good as yours at the same price, but because of its imaging principle compared with glasses, the light transmittance is poor. The current BB solution for eyes is only about 20% to 30%. It can be recorded by people in Guangshan and used outdoors. The advantage of different safety and optical waveguides is the introduction of thin and high light transmittance. If I am tired, the 85% pass rate of 2W can handle basic outdoor scenes, which is very suitable for AR glasses that interact with reality. At the same time, the high pass rate means that higher brightness is needed to see the screen content clearly, especially in broad daylight. How to solve the problem of using micro LED for adoption? Don't hide. The advantage of La is that it has high brightness. The brightness of EXO is 1,500 meters. What is the concept? They are several times brighter than other similar eyes. It is basically unusable outside unless you are wearing sunglasses. Normal use is stress-free. This means that the processor is still the X2 that just came downstairs. So I feel that this product is the existence of Lin Jianzhou's muscles. So what is it? What functions does it have? If you encounter the high-intensity action mentioned above, the glasses have the possibility of outdoor ammunition distribution. The most commonly used map navigation has a built-in navigation system that cooperates with a map. In my opinion, it is still very user-friendly. Because of his set of procedures, all households basically follow the first operation to go to the pedestrian street. The second route. We can see that there is a small map on the right, and the middle is blank. Yesterday, there was an approximate number of kilometers, an approximate time, and how to go. I think the most interesting thing is that the above one is implemented according to your head, moving left and right. In this way, you can know very intuitively which way to go. Just ride alone and he can switch to an adult. It is also a fact that he looks like this. Follow the clothing and like it to ensure that the male friends of the function here AC equal to the analysis is that it follows Thunderbird A+ calibration elimination technology, including listening to music, making phone calls, and messaging notifications. After turning on the clear and apocalyptic sound, it avoids people around hearing it. Changing the system's entire home name is currently relatively simple. Connecting to the mobile phone after that, a message notification will appear. As a person who is watching the video, I can see that it is just not at the bottom of the discipline. I will click to highlight the volume adjustment, etc. throughout the entire operation interface.
我肉眼看到它其实是浮在了底部的这个界面之上，包括 APP 点选的突出、音量调节等整个操作界面都有。
In the 3D space, there are 3 ways to expand the front and back of the antelope. The other one is the mainstream left and right temple touch interaction. The right side is mainly due to the daily show operation of Jin phone. The left side is the music listening operation. I will not give an example to demonstrate it. The watch is simple. If you first touch it in your mouth to get the elasticity, then you can use the second interaction method. The ring has a small touch screen and button operation logic. The temples are basically live broadcast to produce a gray feeling, which can only be achieved in certain scenes. Like the knitting handle, I developed a virtual community to click on the 3-segment ray. Apple has a positive number. The reason is that the size of the ring is a bit inappropriate for me. The instruction manual says it can be placed in a silicone sleeve. I think the ring is designed to be adjustable. It is easier to interpret the function. It is obvious that it can be used anywhere, especially the frost cow. We can customize it on the mobile phone. I will set it as a voice assistant. This is also the third interactive mode of XO. But if you want to make a call, when opening an application, you can press and hold the left button, or you can answer some simple questions by just exhaling with 2 breaths. After testing the book of songs, he is still not smart enough. When he encounters slightly more complicated questions, he can't understand. Even if there is this fork boss, it is similar to Chekhip. If you don't understand anything, you can ask him this. He is very smart. He also connected this model with different voices, so he looks more interesting than the ordinary business girl with a different tone. It can be customized as a dual camera. The picture quality is not as good as that of mainstream mobile phones. It is impossible to make the camera bigger, but there is one thing I really like about it. When taking pictures, the center check is displayed. The key is that the photos taken are exactly the same as the world in the frame. The screen is about the same size and easy to compose. The field of view when taking pictures without a 2-person portrait is about the same as the ultra-wide angle of my mobile phone. This lens is not familiar and it is not that wide. It is probably because my mobile phone is blocked. Only the image quality is 1080p. The above is the entire self-media. Many people still like this kind of glasses-shaped recording equipment. It is the best choice for first-person shooting because other devices that only have the receiving port on the head people also go in the direction of the Insta360 hanging neck that was used before. It is also low on the market, so some materials cannot be used for acting. It will not happen. Look, the camera always follows the same height and speed, and it can crush all optical image stabilization effects. It is pretty good. It's okay for me to change my shared bicycle and bring it with him. I think the anti-theft function of the recording device that is worn on the body must be provided. Like when I went to Viano when the screen came out, even if the head was kept as stable as possible, it seemed to others that the member had already adjusted the form. The advantage is that the current camera is quite small for its purpose without being sensitive to movement. However, because of the camera structure itself, there will be some differences. Therefore, the camera is being introduced to Lee Street for shooting. Of course, the person being photographed will not be afraid of the camera. For a sense of privacy and nature, I use stickers to cover the camera. It's Thunderbird X2. My favorite camera features include the new voice assistant that reminds me to call, navigate, and park my car, which enhances the daily usability of the glasses, and the WeChat applet is still powerful. I can still watch the news. It seems to be the only WeChat applet in the optical shop that can make WeChat calls. The dialogue translation with built-in dialects is a tooth function with spatial interaction. I really want to be able to track the other party's head in real time. Please follow this person to translate the content, and you are not familiar with the translation that cannot be searched on this page. Currently, it supports handle languages. Is it very convenient to translate when reading books? For example, watching virtual idols in the starry sky can be done in real space. After the fixed IP, the application will update the logo of the Chinese-style building to know the name information of KTV. This kind of AR interactive scene is difficult to use in outdoor shooting scenes. The heavy usage is about 3 hours. If it is used in daily life, for light use such as reading news in the pavilion, taking a break in the lunchroom, etc., it takes 6 or 7 hours. The application functions are almost used in absolute terms, but the number is small, especially in real-life interaction scenarios. Of course, it is also compatible with Android apps for both sides of the school. A agree or something. It can be said that the most important thing about iEcology at present is to give full play to its advantages. For example, if I download a relatively good app on the App Store, he can tell what the objects in front of him are in real time, and this scanning has lost to video. It is a pity that two-way scanning cannot be done in China. For this part of specialized AR applications, all AR glasses are currently in a relatively scarce state. After all, the user group is too small. But through these initial prototypes, we can imagine the future development of AR glasses. The future is really great, whether it is using red glasses to identify the surrounding environment when traveling, explaining the attractions in front of you, scanning QR codes to pay, etc., without having to take out your mobile phone. The beautiful and colorful hardware is fully equipped with these. The ability to apply the transfer of microline to the public home ensures sufficient brightness through the filter box drying processor to ensure 3D modeling and application to the process run frame for the development of workplace ecology, and Thunderbird is already working hard on this point. Currently, there is no one in the world. More than 500 developers have produced many different. I believe that there will be a series of excellent quotes in the near future. The above is the entire content of this video. I have loved watching science fiction movies since I was a child because when I watch them, I feel completely different from the real world. It is fresh, and I can experience various black technologies. The reason why I want to be a digital blogger is that in the future, I want to try to make more similar videos and share them with everyone. I hope you like my sister's mobile phone system series videos. I have been making plans just because of the shortage of funds. I am currently trying to save money. We plan to make a finished series of mobile phone systems in the future. Thank you for your continued support and understanding. How to play chess video online.